Hey everyone, so I'm going to be doing a review on the MAC Face and Body Foundation, which comes in a bottle like this. I am an N2, let me just say. And also, first let me just say what kind of skin I have. I know this isn't like a skincare routine, but it does help to know what kind of skin you have in order to pick out the right foundation for you, because you don't want a foundation that's going to be too oily or too drying or anything like that. So, I have extremely dry, it's not even dry combination anymore. My skin has transformed into very dry. I don't know if that's the Clinique that I've been using that's making my skin dry out, but I have very dry skin and it's severely acne prone. And I know that's weird because you normally hear people say, oh, I have oily acne prone skin, but my skin's so dry and I also break out constantly. I'm breaking out horribly right now. You probably won't be able to tell, but thanks to this foundation, because I am using this right now. I have it on right now. But it's just, my acne is horrible, and I don't know what it is with my hormones lately. I think it's just stressful. Living on my own now has really been stressing me out. I don't know if that's what it is, but I need to get it together because my skin is just not healthy. And I will do a video on skincare tips and how I'm planning on clearing up my skin and share with you my process and tell you if it works. So hopefully I can create like this whole long drawn out thing of me and my skin, because we have a very bad relationship together. So hopefully I can get rid of the bumps. My texture is not only acne prone, but it is bumpy. They're not really like acne, but it's like bumps. I don't know. It's like turning into acne. I don't know. I've tried everything so far. Nothing has worked, but I'm doing a new routine and I'm hoping that helps. So getting onto the foundation, now that you know, first let me say I do not recommend this for oily skin at all. Because when I put it on, it is really greasy. You do have to let it sit. It's not something that you can just put on a setting powder and go. You definitely need to let it dry. A tip that I found is when I apply it, I take a tissue and I'll just dab off the condensation, I guess you would call it, or the extra moisture that's on my skin that I don't necessarily need, and that helps make it dry faster, or it allows it to dry faster. The coverage is very sheer because it is water-based. It's not going to be extremely thick. I do like sheer foundation. I do not like full coverage because I like to look natural. Even with my acne, I'm not looking for full coverage. I cannot cover acne. This does not cover acne. It works really well in covering redness around the acne, so it does diminish the ugliness of the acne, I guess you would say, because you can still see it, but I don't think any foundation or concealer is going to be able to completely get rid of a zit. I don't know why people think that makeup is going to completely get rid of acne. It doesn't. It's still there, especially if you have scabs or if you've picked at it or popped it. You don't want to put makeup on it because that's going to make it so much worse. Like I have a scab over here that's just not pretty. I did put makeup on it, but it's just not working for me. You cannot cover acne. I mean, you can to an extent. You can get rid of the redness. You can cover what you can, but it's still going to be visible at the end of the day. So just accept your acne. Though I'm frustrated with my skin right now, I accept the fact that it does break out, and I accept my skin type, what it is, because I cannot help my acne. I can't help it. It's not something I'm doing. It's something outside of me, whether it's the food I eat or the stressors in my life or the environment that is just really bad for it. So I do what I can, but not doing everything you can sometimes isn't always good enough and you'll still break out. So please do not be self-conscious about your zits, because if you're self-conscious about them and draw attention to them in a way that you're awkward about them or you're uncomfortable with them, obviously no one's comfortable with them, but if you're self-conscious about them, other people will notice them even more. But if you're confident and just be yourself still with the acne on your face, just accept it, people will generally look past it because you're looking past it. You know it's there, but you're looking past it and you're just like, I'm still me, it doesn't define me. Sorry, that turned into a huge ramble about acne, but I just feel really strongly about not covering it because you can't. At least I have not been able to. Even with full coverage foundation, I don't see how you can cover it. So that's just me. I do like, however, when I put this on over the acne that I have, not the scabbing, because I don't do that, but the general acne, it does diminish the appearance of them, which I like a lot. So obviously I'm not going to go flaunt them, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying don't be ashamed of them. So I'm not ashamed, but I do like to hide them, obviously. So, with application, there's 3 different ways I like to apply it. Firstly, with my fingers. You want to make sure you have clean hands. I generally just take some from the bottle and put a little bit on my finger, and then I'll rub it on, and then move with the rest of my fingers. I just like that process easier. I just think it's easier. I don't know what it is about it, but, and then I'll do that for each section on my face. I generally section off my face into my cheeks, this area, and then this area. So it's 4 sections. I'd never do my forehead. I have gotten complaints about that on my past videos. Oh, you forgot your forehead. No, I didn't forget it. I know it's there. I just don't put foundation on it because my hair covers it, and if my hair gets into the wet foundation, it just is a mess. So I don't like doing that. Application number 2 is my next favorite application, and that is with a I think it's a 190 brush, foundation brush. This is the F60 from Sigma. It's really nasty right now. I really have to wash my brushes, which I'll probably do after I film this video. I just really like doing this. What I do is I get some on the back of my hand, about 1/4 size, and then I'll dip a little bit in there, and I'll start in the center of my face and my chin, and then I'll get some more, work my way out. And generally I go like this with it, and it's probably bad for it. It's not meant to do that, but that's how I blend it out even more. And then the last application process that I can use is actually also what I do every day for blending, and is with a stippling brush. This is the SS187. The new name is the F50, but this brush is really great for blending it out. If you use your fingers or this option, you're going to have streaking. That's not very attractive. So I take this and I just buff it all along my face, concentrating it around my mouth because you don't want to have like a line foundation around your mouth. Sorry, my camera just went out of focus. Let's focus. You can also apply with this. You can put some on the back of your hand and just stipple it in there, and then stipple it on your face and then blend it out that way. That gives you a really nice airbrush finish, especially with this foundation. That leads me into the next segue. This does leave a very airbrushed, perfect finish ever. I love the finish of this. It's very dewy. It's not matte at all. It does leave your skin dewy, but I like that. I don't ever want to look powdery. That's, you know, not the look I'm going for. But a lot of people with oily skin love that look, and I definitely agree with you there. When you have oily skin, you don't want to look dewy. But I personally, with dry skin, don't want to look matte. I like when my skin has a little dewy finish to it, so I love that aspect of this foundation. For setting it, after I wait about, I'd say about 5 minutes, my routine in the morning normally goes, put on this, and then I'll start my eye makeup, and then about halfway through my eye makeup, I'll go ahead and set it with a powder. And the powder that I use is the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural from MAC, and this is in light medium. It's just the best setting powder I've found. I normally set this with a Kabuki, but lately I've been using a F30 150 brush from Sigma, just for light sweeping because I don't want to look too powdery. If I find that I do look too powdery after applying this, I use my Mark Missed Opportunity refresher spray, and that kind of diminishes the powder, and then I'll go over it with, let me get it, with this brush here from Sigma. It's the F80 Flat Top Synthetic Kabuki, and I just pat it where in the areas where I look powdery, like my chin and around my nose, and that generally helps it look even more dewy and natural and beautiful. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is very natural. Just completely natural, basically. But it hides all the flaws. Your skin tone looks absolutely perfect after you use this. It's just overall a really good foundation. The only downside is the greasy factor. It's really, really moisturizing. So if you don't have dry skin, I don't recommend this. Even if you have normal skin, I don't know if I'd completely recommend it. Definitely not for combination either, just because it's just not a good foundation for everyone. But since I do have very dry skin, it's my lifesaver because it gives me really dewy, fresh natural looking skin. So I do love that. It can get cakey if you put on a powder right after it. Therefore, it is a little bit time consuming because you do have to wait before you're done. But overall, one of the best foundations I've ever had. There is my review of the MAC Face and Body Foundation. I hope that encourages you to go out and buy it. It is the most expensive MAC foundation, but you get so much product. I've had this since, oh god, I don't even know, since like May? I don't know. April, May, something like that, and it's November, and it's probably half gone. It's not see-through, so I can't see where the level is, but I know there's still a lot in there because I can hear it. Plus, you don't even use that much. I normally build up the coverage, though, around my nose, so I do use quite a bit. That is everything I have to say about that foundation. I hope this review helped you, and that being said, I will see you guys next time. Bye!